Hi, I'm Valid Valentine. I'm making 2008 style video blogs in the style of that time, mostly dubbing about my movie God's Country, coming to theaters later this year. Question mark. And as time goes on, other things, because my movie's been stuck in the mud. It's been very frustrating. As you may know, I don't even need to talk about it, except that I sort of wanted to make these videos to document every part of the process. And this part has been going on now for a very long time. We don't have as much money as we wish we did. Drama there. We've gone through a lot of editors who we thought were good, but many people take our movie and then sit on it for a week or two and then say, oh, I was going to start it, but I booked another gig. This happened to me 3 or 4 times. I've lost months just giving it to an editor, thinking we're good to go, and then a week later, 2 weeks later, then being like, oh, sorry, I have been procrastinating, never really started it, and now need to give it back to you. That's happened to me multiple times. I'm looking forward to editing myself. I would prefer some like magical unicorn director, editor, and if we find one still, they can come in at any point in the process. But I've stepped away from it long enough. I've come back to it. I've gotten feedback. I know what needs to be done. So there's a lot of work I can do now, until we can bring someone in to like finish it or smooth out what I do. We'll see. Anyway, it's very frustrating and we don't have enough money. And I'm working on that. And other things that have been going on. I went to the Bay Area this week. I went to Menlo Park, Silicon Valley, Palo Alto. And my girlfriend needs some medical stuff. I'm a really good girlfriend. I took her there. I was supportive through the whole thing. The interesting thing about it, though, is, in LA, I'm out in the world, and I am, let's politely say, like an LA 5 or an LA 6. Okay? I'm out at parties with 22-year-old Instagram models. I know where I stand in the world of. But when I went to Menlo Park, that was culture shock. I'm like a Menlo Park 8. I'm like I went to a liquor store and like people were falling over themselves to hold the door open for me. They were like, "Oh well, hello, ma'am," and to be honest, I've never been treated that way, and it was goddamn nice to get out of LA. Usually if I were to open Grindr in LA, not something anyone should do, but I have before, and it's usually people slurring me or trying to do meth with me in their car. Always in their car. No one wants to do meth with me in their house. They always want CarPlay. Even if you put no CarPlay in the bio, they ain't reading that shit. But in Menlo Park, I opened up the Grindr app when I got there because it was blowing up. And like 6 dudes were like, I want to take you to a very nice dinner right now. I want to buy you drinks. I want to get to know you. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I would expect from Grindr, the meth fucking app. Basically like a truck stop in live action. It was very different. Also, like, in beautiful trans women were like, come have a threesome with me and my girlfriend. Like, it was a different experience to me. I want to take a vacation to fucking Menlo Park. LA, it's exhausting here. I do okay, don't get me wrong. I got game. I'm not nobody. But, man, you live in LA long enough, you forget what it's like in the real world. Where, like, I only have a lot of plastic surgery. I could never compete. Pride Month has been going on too. That's another thing I've been doing lately. It's been really weird because, you go out on the 1st of Pride Month and there's like 1,000 gay people. And it's like, where were you yesterday? Where will you be in 31 days? Are you like cicadas? I've been very quickly getting a little annoyed with Pride. Because it's like, I'm gay year round. Yo, I'm going to be doing gay stuff. Like the idea of just being gay for a couple years out of the year, which seems like a lot of people's relationship with it based on Pride events, seems to me, I don't know, whack. It's just whack. And I've been going to a lot of Pride events, and a lot of them are really fun. I certainly like going to like trans events. Like you get 100 autistic trans women in one bar, and we like play with our fidget spinners together, like every other cliche. Not all of us, but like trans events are a vibe to say the least. A lot of not eye contact. Respect to my people, but you know what I'm talking about. And I like these events. I like, but I'm also like, I go with my girlfriend who's about my age, but I'm definitely like, I'm not the oldest person there, but it feels a little weird, to be honest. Not weird. Weird's not even the word, but I'm getting a little exhausted that there aren't a lot of places I can go. And the closest thing to a place I can go often feels like, I don't know, a bunch of 20-year-olds hanging out sometimes. Not every event, but there are some events when you show up with your girlfriend who's also your age and you're like, this is fucking, I don't know. And it sucks. It's like, oh, I feel out of place here. I like a queer pride event where like I'm accepted in everyone's school, but like, I don't know. Am I too picky? Is this just like be happy that I live in LA and I can go to a place where like there's 100 trans people? Like I spend time on Twitter talking to people who live not in LA, and like I talk to people every day who've like never met another trans person. That's like a normal thing in America. Not everybody, but like I don't want to take what I have for granted. But at the same time, I'm getting I don't know. I wish there were just a place I could go and I felt comfortable. I wish there were like a 30 plus trans party. But the other thing about that is too is like when I do meet trans people my age, and again just reporting life experience, there's two types of trans women around 40 that in my experience, which is women who went transitioned 20 years ago, went stealth, and are like off my radar. They're just like passing and living a good life. And a lot of them seem to be people who transition late in life. And I am extremely cool. I can hang. I am having a good time. Every day of my life is awesome. But so many of these 40 and over trans women are like, just like, oh, I missed my girlish youth. They want to be like a support group. Like they see me and they have pain in their face and they like see another trans woman who's like not 20 and they're just like, oh my God, like the pain of it all. Like, and I'm like, girl, like I'm having a blast. Like, you're spooking the hose. Like, I'm trying to fuck. Like, take it to it's cool. You need a support group. I hope you find it. I know it's been hard, but I am in a bar. I spent time doing my makeup, and it's not to like hold like a 45-year-old woman while she cries about how she missed, her hot girl summer. Like, you know what I mean? It's like not my thing. Like, I don't know you. Like, everyone makes me their therapist now, and not in a good way. Like, people feel very comfortable talking to me about no matter what body language and signals I give, people will come up and tell me fucking everything that I don't want to know about their gender and sex life, which most people don't know the difference from. It's always disappointing when you talk to stupid people, normal people, I should say. It's always disappointing because they ask the dumbest questions. There's so many good questions. People ask me good questions all the time. There are some funny questions. There are some interesting questions. But it's never that. Like, it's like, oh, you're a girl. Does that mean you're like the idea that I'm a lesbian blows people's mind. Like, you can be a girl and like women. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I knew what that was. You don't know what a lesbian is? Like, it's just like the weirdest things spook people. It's exhausting as fuck. I mean, not even to get into that shit, but I'm going on about Pride anyway, which I am over. I do not want to go to any more Pride events. I went to Dyke Day this weekend, which is like, I don't know, do you want to see everyone you've dated in the last 3 years in one place, making eye contact with you? Some positive, some negative. Friends of friends of friends who like took sides in a breakup you don't remember, staring you down. Or like, pining for you. All the like awkward lesbian. The thing is too, like, the worst thing about being in a small community, there are many bad things about being in a small community, but the worst is the absolute worst early transition, pre-transition, like, dissociated hookup that like I show up at someone's house and they start crying and I leave. And then you're like, that was fucked up, and you move on with your life. You will bump into that person every couple months at some event. Like, anyone I've ever met, anything I've ever done that was awkward, anything that was cringy in early transition, any bad date, any bad, like, association, a friend of a friend, that shit is, like, in the air till the day you die. There's like, and, like, you don't know and, like, everyone gossips. It's just, like, you want to go to Dyke Day, a place where it's like 20% of the people there I've had bad sex with. That's wild exaggeration. I bumped into a lot of exes. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, and it's just like I'm going to these events and they're cool. I like to see and be seen. I like my culture. I like meeting people. It's so fascinating sometimes, and I meet some of the coolest people I've ever met. But at the same time, it can just be very anxiety inducing to be in these groups and to like. have so many. The other thing is, I know so many mentally ill people, and you put that into the mix on top of everything else. It's exhausting. And no one's making me do this. I could just stay home. TV Glow comes out on VOD on Friday. I will be doing that. Everyone else is doing it. Maybe I should watch it 5,000 times and get a tattoo. I got the poster. What's up? A little bendy, but you get the idea. I'm excited about my flags. They keep falling down. I don't know how to hang flags. I don't want to put holes in my wall. Anyway. Oh, that's pretty good, right? Give it a 6. Give it a 6.